Hey fam, welcome to episode 11 of Everyday People Potty. It is Ori
and Tanya. I'm too busy wiggly fingering. Wiggly. Oh my God, it just gets better and better. What the heck?
Oh, we're so excited.
Oh yeah.
We've literally been sitting here chatting, doing life as we do, and it's just been so good to have that connection this week.
Yes.
When's the last time we caught up? Well, we caught up
yesterday.
I know.
And technically this morning.
And technically this morning as well. But you can never get sick of life-giving friendships.
That's right.
They're so good for you. Yeah. So good for the soul.
It definitely. You can tell the difference between I'll say it like this: a vampire sucking relationship and a a life-giving relationship. Like,
I bring donuts.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for that though, because we are posting a video. I just thought I would do a food review because Tans didn't have the Macca's.
That was hilarious.
Cake pops, but yeah, that's just on a different level. Anyways.
Yeah, but no, we wanted to kind of come on here today and actually talk about our journey with the podcast and how we got here, and that little bit of a where we started.
Yeah.
Because we were actually reflecting on when
we actually started.
And when we first had the idea and we didn't have a clue what it looked like, and we actually started out on Facebook.
Yeah.
Because all the tech stuff was quite overwhelming.
Yeah, very overwhelming, I would say.
Yeah. Like, so...
And girl, props to you, the fact that you've just like dived in. And so Tans is literally the girl behind all the posting with, Spotify, YouTube and all that. Like, I have no idea. I have no clue. But your girl over here has jumped in the deep end and literally was just like, you know what? That's okay. We'll navigate it. And that's really helped us get to where we are right now with the potty. So
thank you. Because like if you speak to one of my coaches and I would palm that off. I'd be like, nope, I'm not
so that's huge.
Yeah, so it's quite massive. But it happened so effortlessly.
Yeah.
I reached out to a friend who was also doing a podcast. She helped, and here we are from actual podcast, like woo woo.
So good.
So the journey, like how we initially spoke about, I think we obviously through our conversation.
Yeah. So it all just started from connection. Yeah. From meeting up, catching up, doing life. And I really feel like for me personally though, I was kind of like newly around the time I was saved. Then, I reached out, and out of curiosity, that's kind of where it sort of started, of like asking questions, and the lovely Tans planting seeds of curiosity and all things that made me think. So from then, I feel like our friendship grew to deeper levels, and I feel like it still is just going at such a deeper level than I can't even explain, to be honest. And that's just the beauty of connection and the willingness to want to deep dive in all things of life, because there's more.
Yeah.
So
not just be surface level with either friend. Well, again, it started out with friendships, right? So it wasn't just the surface level friendship. It was like, okay, there's more to this, and there's like we can
so it was really good. And then Tan just asked me, when did we post like our first video? And I looked back and it was September.
Yeah.
And Tans was like, that is crazy, because September, so the first video we posted was September 2023.
Yeah.
And Tans was like, oh my God, that's crazy, because it's September 2024 was when we were like, right, let's get into the thick of this. Again. Let's get serious and let's go for it.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of doubt as well in terms of like getting things together, like the audio and trying to look a certain way, trying to look like every other podcast out there. And, I think we really had to sit well with we had to think about what really resonated with us.
Yeah.
What was our purpose? What was our goal in this? What sort of audience did we want to reach? And I guess with us, I know Tans can also speak about this, but the struggle of trying to fit in a sense. We both struggled with that, and we don't know where we fit. And I mean, with time, we're realizing now and going through things that we're not meant to fit. Like, we're actually the way we are for a reason. And that's another reason why we just knew that it was planted in our hearts, that God planted on our hearts to actually create a podcast, to create a movement. Y'all, 2025, baby, here we come. Let's go. Okay,
Let's
I'm
go.
gonna come.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm getting real fired up about this.
oh yeah, me too.
And yeah, so it started off as an idea
Mm,
out of curiosity.
mm,
And I really feel like, you know, the launch didn't go according to our plan.
mm,
We're now realizing that it's going according to his plan. And the journeys that we've both been on,
Look,
I don't even know where to begin. You can say something, Tans, because I could go on forever. But
so could I. I think too, like the whole journey, like we didn't know what it looked like. We were also going through, like we were evolving and going through stuff at the same time.
yeah,
So we were trying to navigate. We were navigating even our like perfectionism. Like, because how many times did we? Because we've got actually recorded content that
a lot
could
of
have
it
been a lot of
that could have been posted.
correct, and we didn't
Mm.
because we were like, it's not right, or it needs to be
a certain
this,
way.
like
Ah,
all
yeah.
this rubbish,
Mm.
right? That we listen. Yeah, look at me. Thank you, Jesus. Like that, it was that whole perfectionism anyway, and 2020. Well, when we launched that, like a lot of things were happening in both of our lives, and even like what we've both had to navigate this year has been actually quite massive. Even to the point where, so what I shared, what I was thinking this morning, what I shared, sorry, just before, was the fact that asking when we initially started this and then clicking that, oh my God, it was a year later that we went, no,
Let's
do this. Because we were navigating being away, there was lots of navigation, and we still had that when we made that decision in September, because it kept coming up for us. It kept getting not thrown in our faces, but it just kept, it's like
it didn't leave. Like the
No.
spark was always there to light it up,
Yeah.
to make it bigger. But I think because, like you said, we journeyed so many different things, we kind of put it to the side, but it was always there and it
Yeah.
never left. And like literally, like every time we'd come back together, like through all the stuff that we're going through, is like it kept coming up, and we're like, we can't avoid this.
We
Like
have to
this needs to happen, and
Yeah.
it needs to happen now. And we just both had to make a decision and pray on it and be like,
Let's
let's do it. There you go. And you know, we're like, it doesn't matter what it looks like,
Yeah.
because throughout, this is the whole process, right? Even with life, like God is constantly refining us and
Yeah.
taking us to new levels.
Yeah.
And so if we don't just start,
Mm.
we'll never know.
Yeah.
So, and it is uncomfortable.
Oh,
right?
100%.
So there's a lot of stretching that we've had to go through. And
Yeah.
we're still in the refining process. And that's just life. Like we're going to constantly go through that.
Well, I think it's good too to help share with you guys
Oh,
that this is what life's about. This is the
Mm.
like it's okay. It's okay
Yeah.
to go on this refining journey. It's okay to be imperfect and still take action. It's okay. Like,
and even to sit in like seasons, like sometimes we feel like we need a rush.
yeah. Oh my God.
And we talk about this all the time
Yeah.
because it's very relevant, right?
Yeah.
The whole rush, the whole fast is slow is fast.
So it's fast.
Just thinking that, you know, we need to sort of like be at a certain place, and it's like, no, there is so much to be discovered and so much to learn. And I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? So much to discover. I'm just gonna say that. So much to unpack as well.
Unpack and evolve.
Yeah. So I guess just sitting in certain seasons are gonna take longer than others, and that's okay.
And being content with that.
Yes.
Being
Content with that. Correct.
Mm.
Because I know sometimes we want to avoid it, and that's just our natural instincts as well.
Well, effectively, you know, we were probably avoiding it there for a while too. We were avoiding not showing up. We showed up. We actually showed up and did the thing.
Yeah.
But it was avoiding posting or avoiding, you know.
Yeah, and I would say, like, I was journeying a lot of things. Like I was journeying capacity.
Yeah.
I was journeying burnout.
Oh my God.
I was journeying so much other things. Like I was definitely in the trenches, and in that season it was just like, okay, what am I choosing? Like again. But we all have to go through those seasons if we want to keep progressing. And so, it's a God timing.
Yeah, and I think too, it was like God planted the seed, and we were watering it and nurturing it as we grew, and
I love that.
and then this year it was like we went through a lot of growth this year in
Oh.
a very short period of time,
Individually and within like our friendship of like
correct distance.
when the distance was a thing, it was like, and I'm huge on like
in person
quality time. In saying that though, I feel like it depends on the person. But
that valid.
and I never thought I was a quality time kind of girly, but here I am thriving off connection and quality time. So now I know that's something I can't avoid. I need connection. That's key for me.
I think what we miss though, connection's key for everyone. We just don't.
But it's learning
realize.
also, right? It's learning how to connect even if you're not physically together.
That was our obstacle.
And I struggled with that because you may or may not know, like and this is something I really struggle with. It's like if you're not physically here, like I don't even know who you are. Like you don't exist, and that's not in a bad way. Like I'm sorry. And if you're my sister and you're listening to this, I love you. I do. And that's an example. Like it's kind of like I've got to learn to be mindful of that sometimes because I've never really journeyed that.
Well, I think too, like, not only like what you just shared there, but like even when I was away, we both basically like not pause. Like we knew each other were there, but we're like, oh, you need just.
I feel like we were navigating our friendship as well, knowing like when to sort of say something
and when. Yeah, that's true.
Not to try and overstep and sort of and
give space.
What I love about you is that you're very mindful of like, you're like, okay, how do I approach her? How do I approach this red dragon? You know what I mean? And it's like, I know she's going through a season. How can I be there for her? And I think the best thing, and I always say this, when you say, what do you need?
Yeah.
And to hear that from a friend is like, honestly, the best thing ever, because sometimes you don't know what you need, right? But
well, you don't.
You need someone that is just going to show up.
Yeah.
And not have an expectation of like how you're going to respond or react in the season that you go through.
Correct.
But the fact that they're like, what do you need? Do you need a friend to listen? Do you need a friend to just come and give you a hug? Like, I think we need to be that friend for someone. But I think first things first is making sure that we're filling our cup physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually to be able to be that for someone, because we are called for people and we are called for a certain people. So that's also something that we've had an awareness about. And
too, you often shared, and I mean, I can be like this as well, where you, because you're an in-person, like the quality, and it's quality from an in-person perspective, like when it's over either text or like digital, you feel like that you can't really talk, like it's very surface level.
And it's funny because like
we spoke about that.
It's just like she goes, what did you say? You text me and you're like, hey, like how's your day?
Yeah.
And I just said it was good or something. I said it was good, and then I said something else, and she was like, "What the?" So did you voice message?
Yeah,
I was like, "Hey, I just wanted to check in. Like, I wasn't sure, like, with your message, like it could come across like, that you're not having a great day. Like, I don't know what kind of tone you had in there, because text is quite difficult to, like, understand when you get an answer back via text. It's kind of like."
Well, you don't know how they're actually feeling. Yeah.
So I had to voice message her back and be like, "Oh, hey babe, sorry. Like, I did have a good day. I just had to confirm that with you, blah, 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 blah." But yeah, no, that was definitely.
Well, that's funny because you don't. And I think, so again, that whole navigation of when we're away of being like, oh, what does that look like? And how do we still communicate and be there? Like you said, what do you need? Well, how do you navigate that? and we very much still had to navigate that
Yeah.
even when we decided we were doing this. Like,
Mm.
when we decided this year that we're like done, we're going to do our best to make this happen, and we've committed.
Yeah.
We've had set the intention, and we've made it work, and but we've navigated being away, we've navigated all like things it's possible, we've navigated challenges of even trying to hook up, like yesterday
Yeah.
was another, you know.
It was like we wanted to do 2 sessions, but we ended up doing 1. But I think we're grateful for that anyways. It's kind of like,
But even how we catch
it
up, because we were
turned
going to
out,
catch up at one location, it was like,
yeah,
oh my God, I can't do that. We're going to another location.
that didn't work
Oh my
out.
God,
And we ended
that
up,
didn't work out.
and then we ended up at Tan's place.
Like,
and it was perfect.
Yeah.
Because I also feel like it created that intimate feeling of just a friend catch up.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
you know,
that's
it
true.
set the tone for when we recorded our session to just be real and authentic. And that's what we want every time. Like,
Oh,
we
yeah.
don't really want a studio feel.
No,
We just
no.
want conversation.
Yeah,
We
we just
literally
wanna-
just, want to
yeah.
share our heart and not make it feel so like, I don't know. I don't know how to.
No, I'm not sure, but like long and short of it, you know, it's about often we want to share this because there is a lot of meat in what we talk about when we go
Oh, yeah.
deep, and often it's been like, oh, you know, people could really get
Take
value from
something,
this and take something
yeah.
from this, and so
And if you're a vegetarian, sorry.
yeah, it could be. Oh,
I didn't mean that in
No,
all love.
yeah,
all
well,
love,
yeah.
guys. All love.
Clearly, we're meat eaters. But anyway, that's got a lot to do with it. But like, it's on our heart just to make a difference, to share. Like, if we can help that one person see a different perspective, see
Yeah.
a different light, or think about things differently, watch another person's journey and know that it's possible for you too, then that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we're here for. And yeah, so we just wanted to give you some insight of how this journey's occurred, because you know, we haven't had an opportunity to share that, and just so proud of us that we have committed, and you know,
We've said yes.
yeah, we've said yes, because we, you know, thinking about it, we started at the beginning of the year wanting to say yes, with the intention, slight intention to
10%.
yeah, well, that's true. Like,
Yeah,
we're in it, but we're like, I don't even understand how we're gonna do it, right?
Yeah.
And to then end the year well, going, we've actually done that. We're
And this year went so fast.
oh my God, it was
like,
crazy.
I can't believe like
Absolutely crazy. But
2025.
2025,
We've got
stay
some
tuned.
big things coming, guys.
Yeah, we're going to be working in the background and all the things.
Yeah.
So yeah, we hope you enjoyed hearing about this journey, and yeah, look forward to you continuing to tune in on the journey, and yeah,
get some meat.
Yeah,
be fed.
Yeah. So
Breastfed.
is there anything?
Sorry, I don't know where that came from.
You're thinking about the no, okay. Is there anything else you wanted to share as we wrap up?
Look, I just want to say thank you for being on this journey with us.
We really appreciate you.
If you have just, you know, stumbled across our potty through someone, just know that wasn't by accident.
Yeah.
Like, there is definitely something for you to take from this, and we definitely pray that you be blessed by this session and many other sessions.
Each and every session that we do. Yeah.
For sure, because that's on our heart. So we love you guys. Stay blessed.
See ya. Bye.